Well, good afternoon and welcome once again on this Easter Sunday to Ed's Orchids. It's been a beautiful day. It's been sun shining up to 20 minutes ago, and it's been lovely in the greenhouse here, because what I've done, I decided to do when I got up this morning, was to bring everything back in the greenhouse, which I've done, and I repotted everything, bringing it back. Anyhow, what you can see now is the mess in the greenhouse that needs all tidying up. They've all been sprayed, got slope pellets down, I've done them with fungicide, found one or two with mealybugs on and they've been done. Nearly emptied all these with moss and perlite. Oh, and I've looked at this for a bit, the moss I was growing. This looks like it's going very nicely. Take the top off. That's a nice bit of moss now, and I wish I knew what to do with it. I've nowhere to put it at the moment, so I think I'll just leave it where it is and let it grow. But it's beautiful, smells delightful as well. Beautiful. Well, this is where I finished all my repotting. Bit of bark left there, all this wants throwing away. I must have thrown a tray and a half away of bark here, because what I've done, I repotted all the plants I brought into the greenhouse, and I must admit that's quite a lot. I think at the last count I did 57 today, repotted 57, and here they are now. I'll show you. Back in the greenhouse we've got Masdevallias there, we've got Delicatum there, Masdevallias, Maxillarias, Draculas, Coleogyne glandulosa, a big one, Laelia goldiana, and various things, and a few little Phragmipediums I'm trying to grow on. And then there's all sorts of stuff here, Paphiopedilums, Phragmipediums, some more Paphiopedilums there. These have no names to them, but I don't know what they are. And there's more Paphiopedilums down here. And a big Dracula up here that's doing very nice, coming out with some nice new growths. Well, that's about all for the greenhouse. I might show you again when I've cleaned the greenhouse up, probably Tuesday, Wednesday next week, because I'm over at Sheila's tomorrow. I've been invited out on Easter Sunday to a family meal, so I'm looking forward to that. So we'll just go outside and have a look. I think I've noticed the wisteria beginning to flower. Well, we'll have a look at the wisteria. Yep, and there's some flowers just starting in here. There we are. Just a few now, but it's going to be one mass. I don't think there's any more. Yeah, oh, there's one opening up here. You see it there. And another one here. So that's going to be really beautiful in another week. And then we've got this Clematis opening up. I've just forgotten the name of it. But it's made vast movements, growing very, very big. And it's actually climbing up into the trees there. So this is going to be a real show. Well, it is now. It's only a pity it doesn't bloom a couple of months later when the weather's nice and we can sit outside. But this has grown and grown and grown. right up to the end there. Wow, that's going to be a big one. So everything looks like it's doing okay. And these are opening, so it's supposed to be the same plant, but it doesn't look like it. And these are bright blue, where these are sort of a, I don't know, a dark pink. Yeah, absolutely lovely those. And these are the bearded iris, they're coming up nicely. They're spreading like mad. I've chopped one or two off and donated them to our bowling club that they put round the greens. So they'll look nice there. So they're doing very nicely. And years ago, well I'm saying years, 4 or 5 years ago we had a real influx of ladybirds here. But this year we've had an influx of what we call spinning jennies from the sycamore trees. And you can see some there on the artificial turf. But there's absolutely millions of them that have now sort of rooted themselves. I'm going to have to get a load of weed killer on these. There's one mass of them. I mean the lawn hasn't been cut for ages, so I don't know whether that'll finish them off, just chop them. You know, so there's only the roots left, but I can't see the roots growing if there's no leaves on top. But they have gone absolutely mad. So I've got a lot of work to do out of here as well. There's just a few nice little daffodils, but they're all going over now. But they were nice, and well, that was a hyacinth that's just blown over. And a few more daffodils and plants of various sorts down here. And then if I move up, you can tell, you remember when that tree dropped years ago, there's another one dropped. I'll see if I can show it you. It's a bit difficult to explain, but you can see that that tree there, leaning, massive tree. One came down a few years ago, just missed me when it came down and landed on top of the greenhouse and dented all the framework. And during the night, a couple of weeks ago, that massive tree came down. What you can see now, what looks like a bush, is the head of the tree, it's a pine. And if I can get a bit closer, because I can't step over there, you can see the stem of the tree there, look at it. And then it gets covered up with all the mess in the woods there, but it goes right back to there. And that's where it fell from. I'm just hoping none of these trees blow over, which are next to the greenhouse. Massive things. Oh, I can't get my head any further back. And then the other thing I've got in the garden is this red robin. And this one grows. It grows far too quickly. I must chop it down about 4 times a year. I'm a bit too near with the camera there, and so I'll go back over top of the washing line. I mean, they're a beautiful little bush, but they do grow big and need chopping. As I say, this one 3-4 times a year. That's a red robin. The yucca's growing well, and Well, it's still growing actually. It's in this pot here, it's split the pot. The roots are quite something on top. Look at those for roots. And here we've got the sycamore's rooting again. Absolutely ridiculous. But this one's not doing too bad, the yucca. It must be 25 years old. I've just taken all the dead leaves off. It's looking quite nice. But things always look nice, don't they, when you've cleaned them up and done something with them. And this has got some heather growing at the bottom here. I've just been chopping all this hedge down here as best I can. And if you remember, those are the steps there where that beautiful bird was. I haven't seen it since, so it's probably stuck in the woods here somewhere. Unless it's decided to go back to its rightful owner. But quite a lot of work to do outside yet. I've just trimmed this 10-foot hedge here, which is right outside the greenhouse doors. Keeps all the wind off. I've just done that one, and we've got all sorts around here. This is what I call the untidy area. A little pot goose there. And as you can see here, all those sycamore seeds are germinating. So they all want picking up. I must have pulled up 300 up to now. But I think the best thing to do is to get some strong weed killer and pour it over the leaves and hope they die off that way. Anyhow, thanks very much for watching this video, and until next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.